All right, folks, good morning. Let's get started here. So for today, February the 25th, Tuesday, we have the following information. At 4:15 a.m., we had FOMC member Logan speaking, which of course is already over. We have at 9 a.m. S&P CS Composite 20 HPI year over year. That will likely have a moderate impact, and then we'll have HPI month over month, which is not expected to have much of an impact. At 10 a.m., we'll have CB Consumer Confidence and the Richmond Manufacturing Index. Both are expected to have a moderate impact. At 11:45 a.m., we'll have FOMC member Barr speaking. At 1 p.m., we'll have FOMC member Barkin speaking. And then that will be it. We'll see how that, if any impact comes from any of those, but they're not expected to have any significant impact. That being said, let's take a look at what happened as far as the stocks we traded yesterday. So for Meta, this one was bearish. It was able to reach target number 2 to the downside of 668.99, and it bottomed out. Where was that low at? Bottomed out at 662.45. Then we had actually that was it. That was the only one that really worked out. The other two, one broke even, and the other was a slight loss. So, looking at the QQQ ETF, let's take a look at what we have here. So for this, looks like we're going to open just a little bit lower than where we closed yesterday, but clearly the markets have been bearish. As you can see, if we kind of look back in time here, we've sold off quite a bit from the recent price levels. So down day here, down day there. We gapped higher, but we had a really massive sell-off on that day, and then we sold off again yesterday. So markets have been under negative pressure, and we'll see if we get anything else today. But that has been the bias so far. All right, so let's look at what's moving in the pre-market and see what we get. Okay, so first up we have CLSK. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, that's only down 4.83%, so not enough, so we'll pass on that one. Next up is FTMO, which is FMTO, sorry, spelled that wrong, which is currently up 120% on 20.2 million shares. It's at least $1 per share, so we can go ahead and add that to our pre-market watch list. The symbol is FMTO. All right, next up is GTBP, which is presently up about 34% on 16.2 million shares. It's at least $1 per share. So GTBP is now added. Next up is let's see Holo here, but I don't think that qualifies. Nope, it's down 4%. Next up is Hood, Robinhood. That's down about 4%, so that's not down enough. So we'll have to pass on that one. Next up is Mara. That's down 4.75%, so not down enough for our purposes, so we'll skip that. MBRX is next. Okay, that does qualify. It's up about 46% on about 18.7 million shares. It's trading above $1 per share. So we'll go ahead and add MBRX to the list. Next up is MicroAlgo, MLGO. That currently is down 11.62%. 2 million shares traded, and it's at least $1 per share. So we'll go ahead and add MLGO to the radar. Next up, we have looks like Nvidia. Not moved enough, but you can see some volatility in the pre-market, but that hasn't moved enough, so we'll skip that. Next up is Palantir PLTR, which has been sharply down. It's only up 1.53%, so not enough of a move up, so we'll pass on that. Next up is RGTI, which is presently changed by 2.57%, so that's not enough. So pass on that. RXRX. All right, that's only about 3% change, so not enough, so we'll skip that. SMCI. Only a change of 1%, negative 1%, so we'll pass on that. SOPA. Okay, that's up 7.45%. 1.6 million shares traded. It's at least $1 per share, so we will add that SOPA to the list. And let's see, Tesla. I know this isn't changed enough. Okay, only 0.52, so yep, that's not going to be anywhere near it. And lastly, I have WAFU. And that one, actually, it's not the last one. That one's up 90% on 21.5 million shares, trading above $1 per share. So we'll add WAFU. YYAI is the last one, but it's trading under $1 per share. It's down about 37%, but it's under $1 per share. So we'll have to pass on that one. All right, so that takes care of that. But if you folks see any other stocks meeting all four of our criteria, let me know in the chat. We're looking for a NASDAQ listed stock trading at least $1 per share in the pre-market, which has achieved at least 1 million shares of pre-market volume and at least a 6% price change, which can be positive or negative. So if you see any other stocks meeting those criteria, let me know in the chat. We'll take a look. Okay, ONVO. Yep, that's currently up about 255%. 73.3 million shares, very active. At least $1 per share, so we will add ONVO. Next up, BREA, excuse me, that's currently up about 73%. On about 35 million shares, it's at least $1 per share. That's good, so we'll add BREA. Next up is LVTX. Currently up about 25.5% on about 5.9 million shares, at least $1 per share. So we can add that LVTX. Next up is SYTA. That's currently up 12.87%, 2.5 million shares, over $1 per share. So that works. SYTA. SLXN. That currently is up 45.4% roughly on 12.3 million shares, over $1 per share, so we can add that as well. Next up, CONL. That one is down 7.96%, 1.4 million shares, at least $1 per share as well. So we'll go ahead and add that to the radar. And MSTX. Presently down 10%, 1.3 million shares, trading above $1 per share. That's an ETF for MSTR, so MSTX. Now add it, and then TEM. Oops, TEM. That is presently down 15.7%. 2.6 million shares traded. It's at least $1 per share as well. All right, so we'll add that to our radar. All right, thank you. All right, so we'll go ahead and wrap up for today's pre-market pulse. Please be sure to like the video. See, we have 6 likes, more than 6 people watching, so please be sure to hit the like button. Greatly helps us with the YouTube algorithm. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you get notifications when we produce a new video. If anyone's watching this video on a replay, if you're not familiar with our company, check out fundertrading.com, our website. You will see a link in the description to this video. And other than that, for everyone part of the coaching program, I'll see you there in about 20 minutes, and we'll pick up for today's session. All right, folks, have a great trading day, and I'll see you for tomorrow's pre-market pulse. Take care.